Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy II 100% guide. We have just commandeered a ship. We have to go to the Dragoon stronghold, which is basically in that big island up in the top right of the screen. After getting a ton of new creatures for the bestiary, we have the sea snake, the killerfish, we've gotten the hill diver already, and obviously we also have Layla, our new extra companion, our new fourth party member slot. She's obviously arriving in an awful lot weaker, but our guys are so OP, we're not going to be too worried. Interesting though, she comes equipped with two different weapons, so she's been making like double attacks with her swords and her knives, so that's pretty neat. Now, as it happens, we're after getting in our bestiary a good number of entries there. And as I say, our big plan now is to just get one more encounter. While on the open seas, you can also encounter buccaneers. So we have to look out for them basically, but once we get the sneeze sake, oh god, I can't say it. Once we get the sea snake and the hell divers and the fish, that's one spawn. And obviously Tainted will be well within her rights and well able to just completely, lightning bolt all of them into like fried calamari. But the only other one we're looking for is new pirate enemies. Those pirate enemies are called buccaneers, so hopefully we'll find them sooner rather than later. Cure is once again ascending to all new heights. And as I say, I'm just going along, showing you the bestiary. We're at 45 now, and then entry number 40 was the pirate and all those doings, and we're just missing entry 45, which is the brigand. So hopefully we'll find them here soon. And that's kind of it. There's a lot less aquatic. Here they are, the buccaneers, but there's a lot less aquatic encounters, which is good. We're not looking for crocodiles and things like that. So now that we have that done, we can turn off our encounters. I do end up going to that little tiny bit of land just to see what's in there. And then I realise, oh, it's a totally separate dungeon. I'm going to come straight back out, not collect anything. We do end up with a little marker on our map, but as I say, that's just to say it's been explored. But I don't want to explore it and start collecting some treasure chests, and then, I'm forgetting which ones I'm looking for, and I might get under pressure just like needing something later in the game, and I'd be like, oh, what am I missing, when I would have been able to access it anyway. But if we go to the top right, we end up on this little island section. And then we are looking for an encounter with stalactites outside of the Castle Deist. And this area is where the fabled dragoons once were. And apparently we should be able to communicate with dragons here as well. But there seems to just be a random child. And he's going to go tell his mother. So like on the one hand it's good, he's not completely orphaned here. But we're going to head to the second floor and we're going to start our treasure chest collecting. So up on the top left, and then we're going to move over to the right hand side. Go down the stairs and down along this corridor. We should find a treasure chest down the bottom of this area here. That's the unicorn horn we ended up seeing when we initially came in. Go through that doorway for a nice holy trinity of spells and tomes, which is obviously really good as well. Then we'll go up and to the right over here, and we should end up with a bunch of treasures. So I don't know what way I ended up going around to collect them, but anyhow, it's how I went. And we get tons of useful items here, so just keep them in your inventory because, as all RPG people know, we get given these items and the best thing to do with them is never use them. Have them right up to the final boss and have 27 mega elixirs just in case, because you never know. And then skill will prevail anyway, and you won't need to have used them in the first place. So you're going to the end credits with all your really useful item done. But speaking of a useful item, Phoenix Downs are always appreciated. And so we're going to make our way back up to the second floor. And we've 14 out of 14 done in Castle Celeste, Castle Deist. And everywhere else is 100%. So now that we ended up finding the young boy's mother. My husband was a dragoon. The Imperial soldier killed him along with the rest. The room behind houses the last surviving Wyvern. If only we had the pendant, we would be able to understand it. The cavern for the Wyverns lies to the north. There should be a pendant that allows you to speak to the Wyverns. And then I ask about the dragoons, and I can ask about different things like that. Basically, the Empire figured that these dragoons and their dragons were, like, you know, strong enemies to the Empire, so they just took them out. Completely destroyed them. And now we have to go find a way to talk to that dragon, or that wyvern, by using an old dragoon's amulet to be able to speak with them. So we're going to do a little bit of a bestiary hunt, and once we end up finding these stalactite enemies, so they're kind of green versions of the ice guys we met much earlier in the playthrough. And as I say, just throw up your defensive spells. Have Tainted rain down thunder like the Lady Thor that she is. Have the fourth party member be absolutely inadequate, as they always seem to be, by comparison to our heroes. And then have DJ one punch destroy all the enemies, because that's just what he does. Yes, Leela. 2 hits, 0 damage. It's actually an exceptional skill to be able to do that, in fairness. So, you know, DJ's just hitting for under 1k and you can't even hit for 1. Like, it's a bit embarrassing. It's like, why did you leave the pirate ship? Why did you become a party member? Like, Tainted is the goddess Thor herself, doing damage, taking names, doing AoE. Absolutely loving it, Boss Queen. Keep it up. And I mean, it says that, like, Layla's leveling up in her sword and stuff, and it's like, grand, can we level up the sword in a way where you can do 1 damage to the enemy? Is that a possibility, Leela? But anyway, with the stalactites done, we're going to head our way into the Deist Cavern. Now we're going to need to obviously have encounters on, because we're going to want to get certain enemies to spawn and finish up, so there was nothing really new there. Got a chest full of money, that's what we like to see. But yeah, guys, this is where the story really is starting to kind of pick up pace. Like, we're kind of like properly resisting the Empire now. But here's another one for the bestiary, our yellow souls. Always good fun to have. Maybe don't use the lightning spells on the yellow spirits. My color theory tells me they might be why they're absorbing the stuff. And then we have the ogres, the ogre mages, but what we need is the ogre chiefs. So that's one enemy that we are going to be looking out for. And as I say, if we ever do come across an enemy that's unique to here, I'm going to leave on the full battle for you guys to see. But in a similar vein, I was thinking, oh wait, there might be like different floors. But as we step down lower, we end up finding a pendant among the capes of a dead dragoon soldier. So what we actually have to do is go back to the castle, and then we're going to have to come back here again to the cavern. So it is just more prudent and time, I suppose, time efficient, just to go straight back to the castle, collect what we need to collect, which is, you know, going to become evident when we actually speak to the dragoon and fulfill its last wishes. Because unfortunately, guys, the dragoon, or the wyvern, oh my god, the wyvern, the animal, has been poisoned. So it is the last wyvern. It has one final egg to be able to gift the world. And hopefully we will be able to hatch this. So there will be a way to fix all of this. So Recusant is like, we have a common foe, the Empire. And the wyvern says, the Empire's poison already coursed through my veins. I will not escape the fate that befell my brood. Shortly before the battle with the Empire, the dragon named Rickard set out to find the ultimate magic. So there is one dragoon left, and he will hopefully be able to ride this dragon when it grows up, when I take the wyvern egg. Now the dragoon does say there's like a healing spring in the depths of the cave. That's where the egg can be born in peace and grow strong and everything. So we're going to have to go back to the cave, explore for those treasures, but ultimately drop off the wyvern egg for some safekeeping, for some R&R, some TLC, you know, some hot spring chillaxing. And yeah, now it's just the case of we can find hill gigases. They're kind of new guys. They're quite powerful. They give like really good like stat ups and stuff. So definitely enjoy fighting them while they're here. As I say, lots of levels, just spamming lower level teleports, lower level magics, just to kind of get more things than just Cure working on Recusant. So if we head to the bottom right, again, more gigases. We do not need all this pressure, guys. So literally just going place to place, person to person. We end up on the lower area. We're kind of parallel to that little nook where the pendant is, and we're going to keep on exploring. Finding all the treasure chests, hopefully. Collecting an absolute boatload of gills, so whenever we end up finding new spell books to buy and stuff, we're going to be absolutely swimming in cashola. But for all honesty, guys, like, look at how good these guys are. DJ finally has his hands. His hands are leveled up to level 9. Pop off King. We end up with like so much armor and stuff to sell as well, that like if we don't want to give them to DJ, we can just like get rid of as well. So good. As you can see, another encounter full of the undead. We love to see it. So much so that I literally called into being, would you look at that? It's like, love to see it. Like, it's the same encounter appears again. It's like, oh, should have been obvious. Should have maybe, you know, not said that that was great. Again, that was just collecting like the big turtle guys, the different ogres. But not the ogres that we want to defeat, unfortunately. We're looking for an ogre chieftain. Or tribe master, something to that effect. But we do end up with revenants. These are new zombies. Tainted will do us the honour of a mass fire. And Recusant will set up that barrier of protection to keep us safe as houses. Ignore me, I use thunder for whatever. Oh no, that's Leela. I was like, I could have sworn I picked fire. Oh my god, I'm just so used to Tainted being the only spellcaster. Layla's spellcasting threw me completely off guard. Off guard? Oh my god, what way am I speaking today? What? So yeah, there was like a lot of cut battles here, guys, because they literally took a minute. And when I say they took a minute, was it an interesting minute? No. It was legitimately attack, blizzard, attack, blizzard, heal, attack, blizzard, heal. So yeah, nothing too exciting, unfortunately. So with that, I was like, oh, I can find the Ogre Chief eventually myself. I just have to make sure I go along and collect all of my treasures and whatnot. Once I'm able to get every treasure, then I can just like take an exhale then and be like, grand. Now I can just progress the story. It's gas how like sections of the cave look totally different just depending on what angle you're kind of coming into it from. See, we're about to get like a full mithril set, guys. We got the helm, we got the boots, we got the cuirass. We are probably going to be absolutely running the show with our mithril bits and bobs. Oh, be careful. That bridge is faulty. You will fall down. It is not the vibe. Your poor wee knees and ankles. More yellow souls. This is not Jesse McCartney's beautiful soul. He's the opposite of a beautiful soul. I want him gone. Oh my god, it's like you have to literally go through the entire dungeon again just to get back to where you want to actually go. Oh my god, I was so silly going over that bridge. And most of the time in like the pixel remasters, you're like, oh, the graphics aren't that like, you know, I'm sure just because it's like a speck of pixelation missing that like, oh, it mustn't be broke, you know? It's probably how people thought about it in the past. Didn't I tell you? Mithril gloves, mithril mirror, you know, we're getting tons of mithril stuff here, guys. Full set, ready to go. Like in Diablo, you get your full set and you're like sword or something like that. I don't exactly remember. But how do I get that one on the bottom? So if this way was the middle, let's see what, you know, this treasure chest down here has monsters. Of course it does. But it also has green souls, which add them to the beastry, so we will never complain about an encounter that we can 110% agree. At least we don't have to worry about that one. It gets caught by the computer. Contains a mage's staff. We love that for ourselves. But as I say, the music for the caves and stuff is like really kinda, it's like mysterious but also really soothing as well. I think anyway. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. Now would you look at that, with a silver cuirass we end up with like barely any magic interference at all, so that's really good. And then with like the gloves, it's only adding like a fraction of like what the other gloves would, but yet like we're getting a boost in percentage to her defense, which is always better than a baseline stat buff, because obviously the better she gets, the better that stat becomes, you know? But yeah, I then wondered, do I want to go back and give like my main guy a buckler and like whatnot? But then I'm like, actually, like Recusant needs to be low on magic interference, because like the more he's able to heal, obviously the better that's going to be, you know what I mean? But we're going to head all the way to the left-hand side of this big room. And we're going to go down the stairs to basement floor 3. We're after getting another mithril item for our suit of armor. Oh, we need the mithril sword, which you probably do already have. But it's like, we got the shield, we got the treasure chests and whatnot. Oh, come on. Just get all these bloody collectibles. Yeah, Recusant coming out with big cures. Like a single target cure does thousands. Oh, would you look, Ogre Chief? We absolutely love it. Ogre Chief is found. Woo! So yeah, let's go beat up the blonde bombshell ogres, I guess. They're giving, like, very anime vibes, aren't they? It's like if, like, Sora grew his hair long and got turned into the Incredible Hulk, you know? They're giving very, main character vibes. But speaking of main character vibes, we have DJ absolutely destroying that ogre with over 1,000 points of damage. One Punch Man, eat your heart out. But we are going to have to go down these stairs. I'm just so trigger happy. I'm like, oh, but I wander this way. And I'm like, wait. Am I going the right or wrong way? So, correct me if I'm wrong. I seem to recall AdamenceXIII used to be like, you know, a very big deal, a very big boss. And now there's just like 4 of them in one battle. Go on, Tainted. Channel your inner Elsa and let it go. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. These turtles will be no more. Ice will fall and they'll go away. Let the storm rage on, 'cause the gill never bothered me anyway. Ooh, Knight's Armor, Sage's Wisdom, Flaming Bow, like all very nice stuff. That we probably should be giving to, like, DoppelJanger, because, like, he just attacks with his fists. He has literally no magic. He deserves the best of everything. Oh my god, I love it when I get to customize and organize my item list. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I'm like, that maximizes a stat? Is that like use it for a battle? Is that like eat it like a consumable? I don't understand what necessarily that is. That can bring your stats to basically maximum. That sounds crazy. And then I just put things at a slightly faster speed because I was just wanting to show you the path that I was taking, which kind of had me go back and forth a little bit. Just making sure that I am actually able to like go along and make sure I don't miss any trophy. And there was a bit of backtracking for this one. So please be patient. But yeah, I absolutely love the fact that like we get some interesting development of like the lore. We're after getting a brand new ally in the surprise pirate attempted kidnapping that ended up becoming like allyship. It was pretty cool. And yeah, just looking up and over here, we have our final treasure chest, the acid vial. Let's just triple check to make sure. Deist Cave, 13 out of 13. We are absolutely crushing it. The collectibles are all here, all day, every day. And then when it comes to this, there's like a bunch of different rooms, and the wrong room will lead to a fight apparently, so follow me through. The third door, if the left is number 1, the third door over, we end up coming into seeing a chimera, and DJ Ever the Eloquent said chimera after egg, and it's like, yes, 4 chimeras are after the egg. And their damage is not negligible, guys, so just make sure we're putting up our shells, we're putting up our protect, and we're keeping our heals up, and we're just letting DJ single target wear down the enemy super quick. And then Tainted doing like AoE peppering so that if it took DJ 2 hits, it might only take him 1 hit after all the rounds of ice on the last enemy standing, you know? But that has been me. I've been the RPG Recusant. That's been our episode. Please leave a like and a comment if you are enjoying the development so far. And let me know who your favorite character is so far in the team. You know, is it the Recusant, the White Mage? Is it Tainted, the Black Mage? Is it DoppelJanger, the absolute, you know, Warrior, Monk, DPS class? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have a continued wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you decided to sit down and watch this episode today. Talk to you next time. Have a good one.